Hello, if anyone's here, or for people coming on watching the replay. I'm going to get started in just a few minutes, but first I need to push this table back because apparently I'm really close. And also, if you hear the tap dancing in the background, that is my dogs. They think I'm getting up to feed them. I, in fact, am not. Just going to turn my iPad on, so if anyone is chatting, I can see what they're saying. You can see it is super messy over on the side of my table here. Hey, Sarah. Oops. It's a wedding invitation, but it's not to my address, so don't try to, if anyone saw that, that is not my address, so it's just a wedding invitation that got sent to a family member's address for ease. All right, hi Gail. I'm going to start in just a few minutes. Just want to give people a chance to pop on if they're going to. This is for My Little Scrapbook Store. I am using the Salutations #1 line by Echo Park. And the ice cream truck is coming down my street, so I don't know if y'all can hear that. But that's what's going on in my world. I've also pulled out some other things from my stash. So I'll go over that in just a minute or two. There are lots of kids in my neighborhood, so it's usually here for a little bit. Because someone always wants ice cream. I'm just posting this over on the My Little Scrapbook Store page, so in case anyone is over there, they can join in. I'm a little quiet right now. Sorry, guys. Can't type and talk at the same time. I will type what I'm saying. Okay. Hey, Jessica. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and get started because I'm going to chat for a little bit about what I'm using. So I'm using a new line from Echo Park paper, and it is called Salutations #1. This is a really interesting line because all of the papers on one side are cut aparts in 4x4, 3x4, and 4x6, and then different directions if it's not 4x4. And then all of the quote-unquote B-sides, and you get 2 of each paper in the set at My Little Scrapbook Store. And then all the B-sides are beautiful, beautiful florals. And the other really cool thing about this line is that it's really great for those who like to make easy cards. So it's a lot like the Jen Hadfield lines, where quite a few of them can be used to make cards. So if you're someone like me who doesn't necessarily make the super awesome cards, you're not like a great card maker, but you've spent all this money on stuff that you're like, I don't want to pay $5 for a card when I can make a simple card with the stuff I have. Oh my gosh, I don't think that ice cream truck is ever going to leave. So it just has like some really great different, the colors are so super springy, and you just get a lot of different things. Now what's really fun is they just released their new Christmas line. They're simple, not simple stories, Echo Park. And then you also get the 12 by 12 element sticker sheet. And then in the, oh sugar, what did I do with them? It also came, the ephemera pieces come with this set for my little scrapbook store. And I don't know what I did with them. I'll have to, whoa, I'm dropping things all over the place now. I'll have to find them in a little bit. So anyway, that is the line I am using. I have 3 photos. Here I have a photo of myself, and then 2 photos of some cards that friends sent me, and then some photo work I was doing. So this is actually, oh my god, that stupid thing is driving me bonkers. I don't even know if you can hear it, but it has been here for a good 2 minutes now. Oh, it's finally leaving. Hallelujah. So this is actually my first chemotherapy back in May of 2020. I'm gonna have to double check that. It might have been the end of April. I'm not 100% sure, so I will have to go look that up. I back up all my photos and it backs it up by date, so I always know when I'm doing that. Now I have 2 more photos from this day, but I want to tell a different story, so I'm going to scrapbook that separately. And I was thinking about, where did it go? Oh, using this as a background, but with the 3 photos, it's just slightly like too much. Like it doesn't leave room for a title. I have not a fair amount of journaling, but I've got some journaling I want to do with this particular layout. So by having to have, because this is so wide and I don't want to cover up the pretty flowers, now I can trim a little bit off this photo. That's not a big deal because you don't need the blue wall. So I can make it a little shorter. Oh, okay, now I'm making a ton of noise. I'm just trying to figure out where on earth I put the ephemera pack because oh, you know what? I think I know where it ended up. I was thinking if this, this layout ends up being really quick, I might make a quick card. And so I went and looked through all my stamp sets to do an inside sentiment. And I'm thinking maybe it got in with all of my stamp sets. So if you'll excuse me for 2 seconds while I just kind of, the majority of my stuff is all packed up, but I have a selection. No, it's not there. What on earth? I didn't eat them, I swear. I'm just going to be annoyed if I can't work with them. I literally had them 10 minutes ago. Oi. Don't you love when that happens? I once lost a piece of paper for about a year and finally found it when I went looking for, when Halloween came around again, and I went looking for my Halloween paper and I had stuck that paper, it wasn't a piece of paper, it was a collection. I found it a year later when I went looking for my Halloween paper again, and it had, when I went to put, I have like an iris container for seasonal stuff. And so when I went to go get my Halloween stuff, I had apparently stuck the entire bag of that collection in with my Halloween stuff. So that was a genius move. No, because I literally, Jessica, I just took this out, took it out of the plastic bag, and haven't moved anything else. So, I mean, I obviously picked it up and put it somewhere. I just don't know where that place happens to be. It's okay. I can work with the papers and the stickers. I mean, I'll be annoyed with myself, but I can get by. Anyway, as I was saying, I was thinking about using that, but I'm concerned I will cover up the majority of the flowers, and they're just so pretty that I definitely want to use them. And I think the 4x6s, although I really like that small floral, so I think I'll pull that to the side. I think the 4x6s are going to be too much. I'm thinking I want to use the blue with that. And I'm thinking, so there is a Good Vibes Only sticker, but it's small. And I think what I would rather do is trim out this circle myself. But this is on this side, so what I'll do is I'll trim this out and then I'll use part of this, and that way I can, you know, save a piece of paper. And I love both the darker, like coral, and then the lighter pink in this particular line. I think it's really pretty. I started to talk and then got distracted by the ice cream truck. What I was going to say is Echo Park came out with their Christmas lines, and they're actually doing a version of this, a Salutations #1, with Christmas colors and Christmas things. So if you're someone, once again, who wants to make Christmas cards but isn't like the most excellent card maker, those should be really simple. This should be a really simple way to... All right, I think I've pulled enough paper, but I think I'm gonna go for a cardstock background. Whee! So let me pull out my cardstock and make some noise here. I am literally down to like what's on my table and what's below my table that isn't packed, because we did get word that we will in fact be moving within the next month. So yay, yay for that. But B, we had to really seriously start packing rather than, you know, pack this, pack that. But, oh, they released the AC American Crafts lines today. So far, I've only seen Vicky Booton's, which is a Christmas line, and everyone's saying it looks like it's a baby of Simple Stories and Basic Gray. It's not necessarily to my taste, and that's okay. Not everything has to be to my taste. I mean, there's probably a couple of things I would get, but it's just not, it's not my cup of tea. And I like Basic Gray. I have a ton of Basic Gray, and I absolutely see Basic Gray in that line, but just my current aesthetic, it's not what I'm looking for. Now, Paige Evans is the other one I've seen. Hers is called Bungalow Lane, and it's a fall-ish themed. It's not super fall. It's not like everything is fall, but it has that fall. It has like crepe paper leaves, and it has some fall-themed items in them. But I'm going to have a hard time not buying every single thing. I mean, she has scalloped washi tape. She has fancy teacups. There is this camera in both the regular ephemera pack, and then it's also in, there's a set of epoxy stickers. I'll have to see if she's going to do a live video where she shows it in person, because it's hard to see the digital rendering of it. But that one, it's gonna be, you know, must buy all the things, can't buy all the things, have all the things already. I have so much Paige Evans, it's not even funny. Like, seriously, so much Paige Evans. All right, let's go ahead, and I'm going to map my big photo. And normally I would go for a tone on tone or a more muted pattern to matte, but because there's so much blue in the background, I think I'm going to go with this big one. Now I'm just going to make sure I choose ones I don't necessarily adore. So I'm gonna go with the Shake It Off and use this corner. Not because I don't like Shake It Off, but there's less of a chance I will use, oh look, Xanthe hasn't eaten through my glue, yay. Always a concern. in my house, it's always a concern. I forgot what I was saying. That happens quite often. Oh, I was just saying, I've learned that lesson to choose the one that you think you'll use more than, I'm going to cut it on this side so I don't accidentally cut wackadoo. There we go. And it's going to go over this. I'm going to be sad to lose this, but I have to remember there are 2 of each piece of paper. So I do have another chance to use it. So I shouldn't be sad. I should just say, it's paper. There's going to be more paper. Don't worry about it. So how's everyone doing? Anyone have plans for this weekend? It is Father's Day. So on Father's Day, we are going to have a little cookout over at my grandparents' house. I'm gonna fussy cut out this good vibes only, because obviously when you are in the hospital, you want good vibes. I'm the world's worst fussy cutter, so bear with me. At least this time all I'm fussy cutting is a circle. It's not like I'm trying to do florals here. Yeah, it's going to get quiet for a minute because I'm not good at this, so I need to. I'm thinking I'm going to ink the edges. I've gotten back into that lately, and because everything here is very soft, I think inking the edges will help just bring some definition to the page. And then I was, oh crud, I just did a little divot. Oh well. We'll live. Oh, anyway, my cardstock is from Close to My Heart. I think it's called Fern, but I'm not 100% sure. All of the Close to My Heart cardstock, I know this is for my little scrapbook store, but I just want to let you know, in case you're interested in the cardstock, it's 2-tone, so it's a darker tone on one side and a lighter tone on the other. And for those of you who enjoy her, Ms. Xanthe has joined us. She is sitting on the arm of the love seat where I'm sitting currently. So I hope you enjoy her presence. I mean, she's not going to show her. Well, I shouldn't say that. I would prefer she doesn't show herself in this video. I cannot guarantee she will decide that she would prefer to be shown in this video. Hi, Millie. Yeah, I kind of go in and out with it. My default one is Hickory Smoke Distress ink. So, which is hilarious because it's one of the only ones I don't own in a large size. I only own the little cube, and it's probably the one, like the Distress ink I use the most. I have a bunch of Distress oxides, and to be honest, I actually prefer the Distress oxides, the look of them. They stamp better, so, and you can also use them for mixed media. So, and I'm surprised how much I really, really like the Distress oxide stains. Hopefully once I move, I will get back into doing more mixed media again, because I've packed the majority of my stuff. So And I'm just not into making a mess right now. That's what the problem is. Now I'm thinking what I'm going to do is do a big thing of this small flower because I really, really like it. And I would like to show it off. And I need to measure because I'll cut it unevenly. So I think I'm going to go for a 1/2 inch border. So I'm going to cut 1 inch off of 2 sides. And this is something I have a hard time doing, basically just like wasting an entire piece of paper. But it's one of those things like, since I bought the collection kit, I know I have 2 of each. I can survive it. I'm going to actually go ahead and gut this. Gutting is not super easy with the Caterpillar crop, but it is a possibility. You basically just have to zhuzh it in, and then some people do that like the whole way. I just go ahead and trim it out. If this was white cardstock, I probably wouldn't bother, just because, like I've mentioned in many videos, I'm lazy and I have a ton of white cardstock, but I don't have a ton of this paper, and it's a beautiful color. I'll be totally honest. I'm a big fan of sage green. In the new place I'm moving to, we don't know why. The entirety of the house is painted a light gray, and we were like fine with that. We're like, if he goes ahead and paints it a light gray, we're totally good. That's what we like. There was like a portion of the house that got renovated, and so we go to look at it, and he painted it mint green, like everything. So it's not like I hate mint green. It's just not my favorite color. But I'm also very frugal. I'm just inking the edges of this big piece, so it's gonna take me a little while. I'm also very frugal. So the idea of repainting something that was freshly painted like last month, I'm like, yeah, no, I can't do that. So we'll repaint it a light gray. And he said that's totally fine in a couple of years, but just not now. All right, I'm gonna move this because what I'm going to end up doing is getting ink on that in a place where I can't hide it, because that's what I do. I'm thinking maybe doing another layer of just the green. What do you guys think? Do another a matte layer, and then the tone on tone. I don't know. We'll see. Give me your thoughts. Yeah, so I haven't seen what else American Crafts. I haven't been on Instagram because basically I finished working and then I let the doggesses out, and then I prepped all my stuff, and you know, that was time. Okay. I know this is early for a lot of people to have a live. The problem is if I do it later, my housemate comes home from work, and then I feel awkward asking her to either go to her room or go to your room, asking her to hang out in her bedroom, or asking her to stay silent for an hour while I do this. The cool thing is, when we move, and I have to tell you, the closer it gets, now that we're like really in the home stretch, we will be moving in July. Yeah, thank you, Millie. I think it's a good idea. That's why I started to do it. It's a little crooked. Let's try this side. This is one of those things where, okay, that's better. The Caterpillar crop has a light here. I can't use it though because I have the lights pointing at the layout to be, to help you guys be able to see it. There we go. Okay. To help you guys be able to see the layout, I need to have bright lights. That unfortunately, that makes this light get completely washed out. But if you're someone who's interested in the color caterpillar crop, the light works really well for any other situation. Lordy the words. Yeah, so that's, I've always, you know, when we have Zoom crops, or that's why I always try to do it early in the morning, because she's usually not awake yet. I mean, she's awake, she's sitting in the living room, but she's one of those slow to awaken in the morning. So when we have our crops, which we'll be having last weekend in July, first, well, it'll start on July 31st and then continue on to the whole weekend of August 1st and 2nd. I'm like, there are words there, I swear to heaven. All right, so what I'm thinking is I'm gonna see if I can get this to work where I don't use these two, because I like them and I really love the heck yeah. I don't know why. I'm gonna have to use that in a layout somewhere. And maybe I can use it where I hide it. Oh my gosh, that's perfect. Yay. There we go. And then my other two photos. So I have a bunch of ladies who I'm friends with, and a lot of them are card makers. And so when I found out I was sick, I'm gonna go ahead and trim this off because you can't see it, and it's just gonna be annoying to try to glue that down. Let go. So they made me a bunch of cards. So what I did was I took a jump ring and I just punched a hole using my crocodile through all of them. And then I brought them to the hospital every time I had chemotherapy, because just kind of like as a talisman, you know, to know that people are thinking about me and people are praying for me. And so that's what that is. And then I knew, in case anyone's wondering, chemo is incredibly boring. Basically, you're in a chair. This is a port because it's a lot of liquid going into your body, and I have horrifyingly bad veins. What they do is they basically, oh, it's not actually putting any glue down. That was fun. That one is down. Alrighty, apparently I've got a wonky ATG roll here. There we go. So, so they put a port in. Basically, it's a fake vein that attaches to something in your body that I don't remember the name. They told me when they put it in, but I don't remember what it's called. Being it was a year ago. Ooh, I think, yes, I'm going to do that. And what I think I'll actually do is pop this up. Now that I've put adhesive on it, I'm going to pop it up. These are also from my little scrapbook store, and I thought they were super cool because they have little tabby things. So it is easy to pull them off. And they come in, these happen to be black underneath, but they also come white, and I just honestly, I don't care. I'm not picky, and black happened to be what I grabbed first, so that's what I'm using. I'll have to pick these ones off that are kind of stuck under there, but I won't do that while I am live on YouTube. All right, so let me get this glued down. I forgot. This frame is super duper old. I want to say it's Maggie Holmes, but from like 2013, 2000, you know, it's silver, so now everything is gold and copper and bronze, so silver is not the necessarily in, but with the blues and the greens and stuff, it makes sense to me to use silver rather than gold. All right, so let's have that so you can see. All right, I think that'll be good. And the glue I'm using is the Art Glitter Clear Glue, which is also available on my little scrapbook store. It dries completely clear, so even though it's smoothed out, you don't have to worry about that because it will totally dry absolutely clear and matte. Sorry, I'm peeling these up and apparently I can't talk while I'm doing that. Sometimes I'm surprised if the things that like require my attention, like I can, you know, blather on and on while doing certain things, but I'll start doing something else and it's like, I haven't spoken in 12 seconds, which is not, you know, normally bad when you're just, you know, in regular life, but when you're doing a YouTube video, you're normally supposed to keep the chatter up. Okay, there we go. Now add some dimension. So yippee yay. Oh, so what I was saying was, just gonna toss it over there for right now. I'll clean up afterwards. Chemo is very boring. So I brought a project to work on, sorting some photos and then writing down journaling prompts or title ideas for them. I'm lucky in that my ooh, I think I like that right there. And I'm thinking maybe that's going to be my title. I was thinking about like doing another title, but I actually kind of like that as hi Fawn. I'm reading your comment about your mouth hanging open. Yeah, no, I will start a sentence and then not finish it. So I think I like this idea of the long label. Let's see if I can cut it. I can. Nope, that's a little too much. There we go. Okay. Now, if you're very fancy, you can use the corner of a circle punch to get the perfect thingamajig there, but I am not fancy, so I'm just going to trim it with my little scissors, and it will be, quote unquote, good enough. Once again, fussy cutting-ish, so the words don't come. My dogs keep thinking I'm about to get up and feed them. Their dinner time is 6:30. It is 6:03. So they are not supposed to be fed right now. They do not agree with that statement. So what can you do? Now, I'm not going to journal on camera because that's a little bit much for... And I don't mind covering this up because you can still see their cards. It's not like it's a person's face. Yeah, I agree, Sarah. the gray. I normally go with gray for an ink. I know you were the one who was looking for a gray pen, right? I'm not nut bar in thinking that for journaling. But anyway, I'm a big fan of gray. Now, see, I wanted to see if these would work. I know they're super. I don't think they're gonna work. I think I'm gonna have to go with the LE Studio, which is fine. I enjoy LE Studio. But this is hilarious. Oh, you know what? I kind of like this one down here. I don't think I want any of the others, but I'm gonna bend up that. It's hilarious. I actually don't like butterflies in real life, like actual butterflies, because actual butterflies are insects. And insects have antennae and legs, and they're creepy. Even butterflies, it's a pretty insect that, you know, but it still has legs and antennae and stuff like that. So, but I like it. Like I'll do it with clothing. Like I'll have a butterfly on a shirt or something, or on a scrapbook page. That doesn't bother me because it's a picture. But yeah, it totally bothers me if it's an actual butterfly. That's what I thought. Yeah, no, I only have black journaling pens. Sarah and I were having a discussion about she wanted a gray pen for journaling because for layouts that don't have any black in them, and you know, people were making suggestions, and trying to pull this off. And I like this one. And then there isn't really a red, but there is a yellow. There we go. I'm gonna keep it. I've got a lot of pattern going on here. Yeah. Okay, Fawn, you're the first person to agree with me on that. Just in case you wanted to know, we are a very small but mighty minority in the butterflies are grody world. All right, I need to put my ink away before I forget about it, and then either A, end up drying it out, or B, put something on top of it and end up getting ink all over it. Couldn't have possibly done that before. All right. I've got a lot going on up here, but I think I'm going to keep that way and just go for a little bit of floral stickers down here. I have these little circly ones. I think I like that out there. And then there's a green one. And I like that because, okay. Oh, enamel dots, that's what I wanted. Yeah, I think we're to the enamel dots. And yeah, so I'm only going to do sets of 2. And rather than do mixing them, I'm going to do the large pink, the medium blue, and then the tiny coral. Normally I like to mix it up, but because I've only got 2 and I want to use the 3 colors rather than 3 of the same, that's what I'm looking at. There we go. Okay. I think we've got a little butterfly here. So we're gonna time him out and he'll probably get bored because I can't imagine he wants to watch this, but thank you for the gross photos. That's lovely of you to say. All right, I've got that. I did want to do a little bit of misting. I'm going to use Rip Van Periwinkle. I'm going to try to do it tiny. And once again, normally I cover up my photo like if it's a photo of a face, but if a little bit of ink gets on the, like these photos, I don't mind. And I wasn't misting close to my face. All right. That is going to be my layout for today. I want to thank you guys so much for joining me. I have, what's 10 after? Want to do a really quick card? Super quick, because that's the kind of cards I make. But Salutations #1 is available at my little scrapbook store, as are some things from the Storyteller line by Vicki Boutin. I do not know if she has these particular butterflies in stock, but she has tons of other awesome things. And I know she's getting in the new Paige Evans line, so I'm super duper excited about that. So let me just put these to the side. I will put them away when I'm off camera. Let's pull these out again. Thinking I'm not going to grab a 4x6 just because I'm lazy and that requires thought. So I'm thinking I'm going to go for a 3x4. Here we go. Although, hold on a second. Let me look at my scraps. All right, I've got this one and this one. We'll see. Yes, my dogs are getting very impatient now. We are 20 minutes away from dinner time. All right. So let's see, what do I want to do? I like the just a note, and then I can go ahead and use this as a thing, but I don't want to lose. All right, I shouldn't care because, like I said, I've got a second piece of paper, but I really like the heck yeah. So I'm going to sacrifice. I've got things sliding now. I'll sacrifice this and do the just a note. Okay, so this is going to be a very simple card, but it just goes to show you can get a really pretty card with just a couple things. I have packed all of my sequins, but I do have a selection of Nuvo drops. On cards, I prefer Nuvo drops because I love my enamel dots too much to give them away. So I'm going to cut this down to 5 1/4. What I usually like to do in a card is have a border. So my cards are A2 size. So that's 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. So what I normally do is leave a border of 1/4 inch, and then I'll have, so I'll cut a piece of paper to 4 by 5 1/4. Now this was already cut to 4 because those were 4 by 4 cut apart cards. And so what I'm going to do is pull back out my ink because I think that will be nice. And ink up both of these. And then what I will do is I will add some foam stickers to the just a note to pop it up. Ooh, I need a new foam sticker for this. New foam applicator for this because it's getting a bit rippy aparty. Okay. At least this time I didn't put glue down first. Oy, because that's the stuff I do. I'm using a lot because if I'm going to mail it, I don't want it to smoosh down. On a scrapbooking page, I don't mind necessarily because it's going to go in an album, so it's not going to get smooshed down versus going through the mail. I'll end up getting it all whacked down. All right. Here we go. My cards are never perfect. I never expect them to be, so I don't concern myself. I just realized I did this as a top folding card rather than, so that's okay. It can just fold this way. It's fine. If anyone complains about the way my card opens, I obviously sent it to the wrong person. Forgot I was thinking about doing a top folding card and chose a horizontal 3x4 card. Okay, last one. There we go. Center that. I hope you guys really enjoy the dog noises, because I know I do. All right, I have silver. I have this one, which is like a translucent, it's called Frosted Lake, and it's kind of like, it does like a, between a holographic and a light green. And then I also have these vintage ones, which is called Regency Green. And then I also have, what is this? This is copper. That's not gonna work, even with the, that's not gonna work. So what do we think? Silver, light greenish, or dark green? Sarah says silver. We'll go with silver if no one else has an opinion. Oh my goodness, my dogs be obnoxious. Okay, we're gonna go with silver then. I'll pop these two back. I love that they make them the different shapes. It makes it so much easier to try to, you know, put them away together. I'm a little facetious there. All right, so let me grab a clean scrap paper. When I print something and I don't need it anymore, I rip it into squares and I use it for scrap paper because I get a lot of, I have to take phone messages to return. Okay, I just wanted to get that cleared out. Oh dear Lord. What on earth, people? I've never had trolls before. There's literally like 6 people watching and all of a sudden I'm getting trolls. Bizarre. So I think what I'm going to do is actually cover up these 3 yellow ones down here with silver dots. And then I'll do 2 up here. Oopsie. And then 3 over here. I'd like to point out that my dogs were fed at 6:30 this morning. It is not like they are starving. They absolutely are not. So the whining you hear is purely fictional manipulation. So I give a good whack and that tends to round them out. So there you are, a quick little card that, you know, looks really pretty. And all I have to do is remember to not put anything on top of it while those are drying. Oh yeah, there is doggy dancing aplenty, and now there's doggy whining too. All right, everyone. Thank you guys so much for joining me here. If you have any questions, you can drop a comment in the description box below, or all the links to my little scrapbook store. Don't forget the store, the layouts and more, where you can share your projects, and then also the online crops. We do have an online crop coming up. It kind of goes over the last day of July and then the first couple of days of August. It's called Camp Scrapped a Lot. And we are going to have some really fun challenges, really great ways to win prizes. And hopefully you will join us because it is super fun. You know, the challenges are not that, like, use this old piece of string 3 different ways on a layout. They're not difficult challenges. We don't want to do difficult challenges, so we don't do that at all. All right. Thank you guys so much. If you could flick me a thumbs up, that would be super awesome. I'm going to sign off now and go feed my poor starving doggies who haven't eaten in weeks. Shockingly enough, this time around, Xanthi was the good one. Oop, and I'm losing paper because I stood up and shifted the balance. All right, everyone. Have a great day.